Exercise 9a, question number 10. Find the value of m if 2 into 1 upon 4 ratio 6 equals to m ratio 1 into 1 divided by 5. Second part from this question, given that x ratio 3 ratio 9 divided by 2 equals to 15 divided by 4 ratio 4 into 1 divided by 2 ratio y. Then we have to find the value of x and y. So let's solve this first part from question number 10, in which we have to find the value of variable m. So we have given the ratio 2 into 1 upon 4 ratio 6 equals to m ratio 1 into 1 divided by 5. Step number 1, we will express this mixed fraction into improper fraction form. So this can be written in the form of 4 times 2 8, 8 plus 1 9 divided by 4 ratio 6 equals to m ratio 5 times 1 5, 5 plus 1 6 divided by 5. Now let's remove the denominators from these quantities. For this we will take the product of denominators. We have two denominators, 4 and 5. 4 times 5, 20. Now to remove the denominators, we will multiply this number 20 by these quantities. We have 4 quantities in this ratio. First quantity will be multiplied by 20, same as second quantity, third quantity, and fourth quantity. So let's multiply these quantities by 20 to remove the denominators. So first quantity 9 divided by 4 multiplied by 20 ratio second quantity 6 multiplied by 20 equals to the third quantity which we have to find, m multiplied by 20 ratio the last and fourth quantity 6 divided by 5 multiplied by 20. After multiplying this number 20, we have some calculation. 4 times 1 4, 4 times 5 20, and then 5 times 1 5, 5 times 4 20. The remaining quantities are 9 multiplied by 5 ratio 6 times 20 120 equals to m multiplied by 20. We have 20m ratio 6 multiplied by 4. Let's multiply these numbers. Now 9 times 5, 45 ratio 120 as it is equals to 20m ratio 6 times 4, 24. Now let's convert this ratio into the fraction form, because we know that we can express ratio into the fraction form, or we can write fractions in the form of ratios. So this first quantity will be written as the numerator, and the second quantity 120 will be taken as the denominator, equals to 20m divided by 24. Now you see we have some cancellation again. Now 45 and 120 both are the multiples of 5. You see 5 times 9 we have 45, and then 5 times 24 we have 120. So we have the remaining quantities 9 divided by 24 equals to 20m divided by 24. Since we want to find m, so let's take this fraction 20 divided by 24 to the left side of the equation, and we know that we will take the reciprocal of this fraction, and this will become 24 divided by 20 after taking to the left side of the equation. So it's simply, we can cancel this 24 by the second 24, which is at the numerator position. So we have left 9 divided by 20, which is the required value of variable m. Second part from this question, x ratio 3 equals to x ratio 3 ratio 9 divided by 2 equals to 15 divided by 4 ratio 4 into 1 upon 2 ratio y. First of all, we will remove the denominators. For this, we will multiply each quantity by 4. So, first quantity x multiplied by 4 ratio second quantity 3 multiplied by 4 ratio third quantity 9 divided by 4 multiplied by 4 equals to fourth quantity 15 divided by 4 multiplied by 4 ratio. We have mixed fraction. First we will convert this mixed fraction into improper fraction. 4 times 2 8, 8 plus 1 9 divided by 2 multiplied by 4, and then ratio last quantity y multiplied by 4. Now let's take the product x multiplied by 4. We have 4x ratio 3 times 4 12 ratio. Now we can cancel this 2 and 4 because 4 is the multiple of 2. So 2 times 1 2, and then 2 times 2 4 equals to, now we can cancel this 4 by 4, and then again we have some cancellation. 2 times 1 2, and then 2 times 2 4 ratio y multiplied by 4. Now you see 4 times x 4x ratio 3 times 4 12, and then we have 9 multiplied by 2, and then we have equal sign 15 multiplied by 9 15 ratio 9 multiplied by 2 ratio 4 times y 4y. Now we will multiply this 9 by 2. The product of 9 and 2 we have 18, and again we have 9 multiplied by 2 18. Now to find the value of x, now in this ratio we have given both quantities x and y. First of all, we will find the value of x, and then we will calculate the value of y. To find the value of x, we will take these first two quantities 4x and 12 from the left side, and on the right side again we will take this first and second quantity. Keep in mind, to find the value of variable x, we will take first two quantities on the left side of this equation, same as we will take first two quantities on the right side of the equation, and then we will write these quantities in the form of fraction. 4x divided by 12 equals to 15 divided by 18. Now you see, we can divide this 4 and 12 because 12 is the multiple of 4. So 4 times 1 4, and then 4 times 3 we have 12. Same as both 15 and 18 are the multiples of 3, so we can divide this 15 and 18 by a constant number, by a common number 3. 3 times 5 15, and then 3 times 6 18. So we have left x divided by 3 equals to 5 divided by 6. Since we want to find the value of x, so we will take this 3 to the right side of the equation. So we have x equals to 5 divided by 6 multiplied by 3. Again you see we have 6 and 3. 6 is the multiple of 3, so we can divide this 3 and 6. Now 3 times 1 3, and then 3 times 2 6. Finally we have the value of x, 5 times 1 5 divided by 2, which is the value of variable x. Now let's find the value of y from the same ratio. Now to find the value of y, we will take the second and third quantity from the left side, same as we will take the second and third quantity from the right side. So 12 ratio 18 can be written in the form of 12 divided by 18 equals to 18 ratio 4y can be written in the form of 18 divided by 4y. Now again 12 and 18 both are the multiples of 6, so we can divide them by a constant number 6. 6 times 2 12, and 6 times 3 18. Again, on the right side, 18 and 4 both are the multiples of 2, so we can divide them by 2. 2 times 9, 18, and then 2 times 2, 4. So we have left 2 divided by 3 equals to 9 divided by 2y. So let's take this 2y to the right side of the equation. Now this 2y will be multiplied by 2 on the left side of the equation. After taking this 2y to the left side of the equation, the position of 2y will change from denominator to numerator. Same as if we take this 3 to the right side of the equation, the position of 3 will change from denominator to numerator. So 2 times 2, 4, y as it is equals to 9 times 3, 27. Finally, take this 4 to the right side of the equation. This will be divided by 27. Now we have improper fraction in which numerator is greater than the denominator. So this can be written in the form of mixed fraction, 6 into 3 divided by 4, which is the value of the second variable y in the given ratio. So we have calculated the value of x, which is 5 divided by 2, and the value of y, which is 6 into 3 divided by 4, or 27 divided by 4. Question number 11 from this exercise 9a. If p ratio q equals to 3 divided by 4 ratio 2 and p ratio r equals to 1 divided by 3 ratio 1 divided by 2, then find p ratio q ratio r, and in the second part we have to find q ratio r. So let's find the first part, p ratio q ratio r. Now you see we have two different quantities for p. In this first part, the quantity for p is 3 divided by 4. And then in the second part, we have given 1 upon 3, which is the quantity of p, and 1 upon 2 is the quantity of r. Now we have to make a single value, a single quantity for p. We have two different quantities for p. So first of all, we have to make a single value or a single quantity for p. Then we can find p ratio q ratio r. So for this, let's solve this first part. We have given p ratio q equals to 3 divided by 4 ratio 2, and p ratio r equals to 1 divided by 3 ratio 1 divided by 2. Let's simplify them. First of all, we will remove the fraction. You see, we have 4 at the denominator place, so we will multiply these two quantities, 3 divided by 4 and 2 by 4, to remove the fraction. And same as on the other hand, we have two denominators, 3 and 2. If we take the product of 3 and 2, their product is 6, which means we will multiply this number 6 by the first quantity as well as by the second quantity to remove the denominators. Now you see, first quantity 3 divided by 4 multiplied by 4 ratio 2 multiplied by 4, and then on the right side we have the first quantity 1 upon 3 multiplied by 6, which is the product of these denominators 3 and 2 ratio the second quantity 1 upon 2 multiplied by 6. Now you see we have some cancellation. We can cancel this 4 by 4. So we have 3 ratio 2 times 4, 8. We have removed the denominators. Now on the right side we can divide this 6 by 3, because 3 times 1, 3, 3 times 2, 6. Same as 2 times 1, 2, 2 times 3, 6. We have left 1 multiplied by 2 ratio 1 multiplied by 3. Now p ratio q, on the left side we have 3 ratio 8, and then on the right side we have p ratio r, 2 ratio 3. Still we have two different quantities for p. On the left side we have the p, the value of p we have 3, and then on the right side the value of p or the quantity of p we have 2. So let's make it a single quantity. For this, we will multiply this left side, this 3:8, by a constant number 2, and this quantities 2:3 will be multiplied by a constant number 3. To make the value of P single quantity, we will multiply this left side ratio 3:8 by 2 and the right side ratio 2:3 by a constant or by a single number 3. Let's do it. 3 first quantity multiplied by 2 ratio the second quantity 8 multiplied by 2, and then on the right side first quantity 2 will be multiplied by 3 ratio the second quantity 3 will be multiplied by 3. 3 will be multiplied by 3. The second quantity 3 will be multiplied by 3. 'I think there is something. 3 times 2 times 1 2 1 2 3 and then 6 and 3 times 3. Okay, now 3 times 2 6, 8 times 2 16, and then P ratio R 2 times 3 6, and 3 times 3 we have 9. Now you see we have a constant value, a fixed value for P. On the left side the value of P we have 6, and then on the right side you see we have the same number 6 for P. Now we can find the ratio P, ratio Q, ratio R. Now what is P? 6, and what is Q? 16, and we have the value of R 9. So P ratio Q ratio R 6 ratio 16 ratio 9, and then same as Q ratio R we have Q 16 and R 9. 16 ratio 9. So this is the ratio of P, Q, R and Q, R. Let me check this question. 1/3 ratio 1/2, 3/4 ratio 2. Okay, we have multiplied this 1/3 multiplied by 6 ratio 1/2 multiplied by 6. Then 3 times 1 3, 3 times 2 6, 3 times 1 3 3. Okay, 2 times 3 6. Taking 1 times 2 2, 1 times 3 3. So we have 2 ratio 3. 3 times 2 6, 2 times 3 6, 8 times 2 16. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you so much.